we have now signed another damaged good in the shape of Sabitzer, which sounds like an alcoholic drink you'd have whilst holiday in Ibiza. From Bayern Munich on loan at the end of the season. And the reason we've had to do that was because that bald-headed cunt, yeah, you were right the first time, Ten Hag played Eriksen in a game that he shouldn't have played in. He kept the same 11 previous, they played against Forest against Reading. Reading, who are 15th in the Championship, and last time out, before the FA Cup, they lost 4-0 to Stoke City. So we should have put a completely different team out there, and it would have done the business. Okay? And if Ten Hag's good manager as you claim him to be, then the squad he's already assembled, here or there, should have been good enough from now until the end of the season. So you don't really trust your manager, do you, in that regard? And if you're happy with this signing, I won't say you're in cahoots with the Glazers, but you're looking for a job at the football club, i.e. MUTV. Because no Man United fan should be happy with this signing, because it's not a signing that encourages, not going to make anybody shaking in their boots, not as Weghorst, Workhorst, Fog on Leg on from YouTube's. It isn't. And they're both, you know, service requirements. Weghorst at Burnley and Sabitzer at Bayern Munich. He's been on the bench this season, so he's going to take a couple of games to get up to match rhythm. You know, I don't want to hear any of this nonsense. Oh, Ten Hag's not been backed. He's been backed, okay? Not an opinion, it's a fact. He was backed in the summer, and he's been backed in this fucking window, okay? And he's the reason Eriksen is out. Yes, Andy Carroll's challenge was a Fugs challenge, it was a scissor kick, it was a throwback to the 70s and the 80s, but he doesn't make that challenge if Eriksen's not on that football pitch. So it has to lie with a manager, because he picks the fucking team. Unless you're trying to tell me that those up above him, the powers that be, are the ones who make those decisions who to select. The manager, the buck stops with the manager, okay? Managers judged by the results. If they don't get the results, they get criticism. If they continue, they get the sack. Okay? These are views everybody shares but are scared to voice them until now. And all those two things I've just said, ladies and gentlemen, I made up myself. So anybody who copies what I've just said, I will get a lawyer, I'll consider legal action, and I will sue you. Okay? Because that's my sayings that I made up myself. And that's a fact, by the way. So, this signing, I'm irritated by it. I'm really irritated by it. You won't hear this on the far top red channel, though. Because they go, oh, they love this. They love this signing. You know, they think, oh, he's the bee's knees. He's going to get us to where we want to be. No, rival fans are not quaking in their boots. You do know that, don't you? You know, Chelsea have signed this Fernandes fella, you know, from Benfica. You know, I thought it was the player that was up front for Portugal. That's what I thought. So it wasn't true that. But this signing, you know, it's disgraceful. You know, and I know that the Glazers are trying to sell the club at the moment, and Jim Radcliffe has put his hat in the ring. But you might not know this, but the Glazers, a week or so ago now, were at Davos, of the World Economic Forum. You will owe nothing and you'll be happy. Okay? And they were mixing it with the elite. Okay? And also, Jim Radcliffe's company, there could be a legal dispute going on. Not because of what his company have done, but they've lost loads of money because apparently the Tory government went back on the promise they'll do fracking, and then they made the decision to overturn that. So I think his company looking for, you know, trying to find illegal action to take ahead of that. That's what I've heard from somebody who works for the company. Okay, which is a separate issue to football. Okay, that's what I heard, read, saw, seen. Okay, just do your own research, but you know, because it's like in a quiz, isn't it? I mean, in a quiz, you will know something, a subject that the others will not. and that carries you through to win the competition, to win the cash prize. Okay? And nobody else put their hat in the ring either, other than Jim Radcliffe. But back to Sabitzer. Nobody else wanted it, and I've always said, and this is true as well, that when we're in for a player and we've got no competition whatsoever, we get them. When we go in for a player and everybody else is after them, we don't get them. Bruno Fernandes, nobody was after him. Weghorst, nobody was after him. So this signing just screams of desperation. Shopping in the bargain basement, the raggadolls in the reject bin. You know, they've got a right foot missing, a right hand missing, a right ear missing, or what have you. Just damaged goods. They shouldn't be anywhere near Man United. You know, Weghorst's been anonymous. The only reason he scored that goal was because Nottingham Forest had, you know, Calamity Hennessy in goal. If they had the signing they've now made in Kevon Navas, and he was playing in that game, the score ends 0-0 and Weghorst doesn't score a goal. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that Igalo scored loads of goals in the FA Cup, and guess what? We didn't win the competition. He didn't equal, he didn't go above his tally in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not happy. But if you're happy with signing, you know, who am I to, you know, discredit it? But not for me, Clive. So yeah, we'll see how he does. But I'm not chomping at the bit. I'm not excited about it. I think it's a stupid decision. But it's out of my hands. But you know, maybe he'll flop. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this at the end of the video. I think he'll end up like that Sal. Remember him? He went to Chelsea. In his first game, he only played 45 minutes. He was then hooked off at half-time. And I think he'll have the same negative impact that Sal had at Chelsea that this Sabitzer will have at Man United.